Gemini friends, and welcome to the second half of July. I'm happy to say that your ruling planet, Mercury, is going direct today. So for those of you who have felt stressed out, misunderstood, not able to move forward in the last few weeks, it is ending today. Now, retrogrades are not necessarily bad, but they're not exactly ideal for forward movement. And over the next week, you should feel new, fresh energy coming in, my Gemini friend. On July 20th, we have a beautiful new moon in Cancer, so you should have some special times emotionally with other people, a special person or yourself. And we have a sextile between Jupiter and Neptune at the end of the month, which is very dreamy, tends to bring some good luck, and it can be pretty deep. Definitely it's a time for creativity rather than production. So go easy on yourself and just sort of, between that Cancer new moon, which is watery, and Neptune, which has a watery feel, sort of allow the last 10 days of July to float you along. Don't be worried too much if you're not being uber productive. In fact, that might be a little bit hard anyway right now. Wow, you do have 2 aces here so far, and you're one of the only readings I've done so far this month that has a major arcana in the outcome. Very interesting. But it's an interesting one. All right, so the very first energy signature I am picking up on is that Gemini, it is time for the new. You have the Ace of Wands exploding right in the middle of your reading. You have the Ace of Pentacles coming up. You have 2 aces buffeting the Chariot energy, which is very much saying you are in the driver's seat of your life. That being said, for many of you Geminis, when I look in on this arc here, going from basically what's happening internally to your, I'm just going to say your love life, I really feel that maybe some of you have, on some level, said goodbye to someone. Either that's a relationship that's romantic, maybe it's someone you were holding a torch for, because Geminis and Aquariuses are sort of notorious for being able to have relationships in their head, which sometimes leads to unrequited love, Maybe you finally let that go. But whatever, there's definitely internally, some of you are saying goodbye. And it may not even be externally, but it's internally. And this is not a bad thing, okay? This is not a bad thing because you have double aces coming up, which is new, fresh, and beautiful energy. Some of you actually may very well have just had a disappointment in love. That is not what's coming, it's what's going. And what is coming is that the worst is over and you are definitely sailing into smoother waters, my friend. For those of you who haven't been involved in an immediate breakup, what's going on right now for you just in general in your love department, is saying that if there have been any disappointments for you lately, whether it's long-term relationship or just because you've been single for a while, one of the ways to sort of break out of feeling disappointed, letting things go, is to try new things, right? You're Gemini. Go out there, experiment, reach out. No need for follow through. Just bring in new information, meet new people. And I know it might be a little difficult right now, but it is not impossible, all right? With this Ace of Wands around, there is very much a likelihood of a spark igniting with someone. And this is a very passionate card. And right here with the Hanged Man as your outcome, that really means that this could really lead to really reevaluating some things in your life, okay? Now, this is around regardless of whether we're talking about love or not. And this really is, hand in hand with leaving a more difficult time period and moving into smoother waters. What I'm going to say about this for some of you is if you have had some disappointments, whether it's love, career, life path, I know that these times are challenging for a lot of people on many, many levels. This is a beautiful omen for healing. Both of these cards, though, are saying it's time to surrender and sort of start where you're at rather than wishing things were different, okay? And much better news is on the horizon. And even if everything's been going fine for you, there's still a message about let's not waste our time wishing things were different. Let's really look where we really in reality are and where we want to go, and accept what we can't change and change what we can. I think this, along with these beautiful aces, portend a really new dawning of new possibilities, new relationships, and new paths. So I hope you enjoyed this reading. I hope it gave you some useful information. And I will check in with you next month, Gemini. All right. Bye-bye.